Welcome to the stupidity. My name is Parker Jones.
My name is Evan Goff, and welcome to the American Gaffers. We're really excited. So, this is our first real episode, and we have three segments for you all. We're going to start out with our first one. We're just going to go right into it. It is our top three. It's our top three players. We're going to go with attacking, midfielder, and defender. So, Parker, who do you got for attacking?
Attacking. Let's go with defender. Defender's so boring.
All right, that's fine. Let's build it up.
All right. So, drum roll, please. Anybody? Give me a drum roll. Andrew Robertson. All right.
Solid.
Andrew Robertson, left back defender, Liverpool. Liverpool's in first place by a landslide. I think they're up 8 points on Leicester? Question mark. I have to look that up.
Yeah, you're right.
But he is second in the Premier League in assists, right behind Kevin De Bruyne. And as a defender, that's really impressive. He's got 5 assists. He's got 6 big chances created. Again, I don't think there is another left back that's comparable to Andrew Robertson on making plays on offense, because this dude can track back faster than anyone in the whole damn league.
Speedy.
He is. I'd like to see a speed test, honestly. I want to see that 440 stat. I want to see his top mile per hour statistic, because I bet it's daunting. I bet it's 24 miles an hour or 25, something like insane. I bet he could compete with some of the top sprinters. He's electrifying to watch on defense. He's got a nose for the ball. He loves to be around the ball. He loves to have the ball at his feet, and he can make some big plays. All right, let me know who you got as your top defender of the season so far.
I got his teammate, the man, the myth, the legend, Alexander-Arnold, English player, 21-year-old. He is a nightmare. I mean, basically, Liverpool's whole back line, man, is just insane. I mean, Van Dijk, I wanted to say him, but that's just too predictable. I mean, this Alexander-Arnold, he has 5 goal contributions in 18 appearances as a right back. He scored against informed Chelsea in the Premier League, which is actually pretty impressive. They're 4th place right now as a right back. He played every game this season so far, besides one game in the EFL Cup, so he's pretty fit, obviously, as a 21-year-old. But last season, I know we're talking about this season, but this one stat I didn't know. He broke the record last season with the most Premier League assists by a defender in a single season, which was 12, and he's already at 3. Yeah. So I can see him surpassing that easily. I mean, this guy's a lot of fun to watch, and even in the England national team, he's a good freaking player.
He's turned into Liverpool's set piece guru. Also, he takes almost all of their set pieces. So he can score some bangers. And yeah, I know you're right. That's what makes Liverpool so good as a team, I think, is their width. They've got like 5 attacking players if you include the 3 up front, and then there are 2 wing backs.
Who would you choose as your as Van Dijk's other center back teammate? Would it be Matip, Lovren, or
I think definitely Matip. I think that he's a little bit. I think he's a little bit better defender. I think that he's garbage on the ball. I think he's got terrible ball skills. But I think that he has all the instincts of a good defender, and Van Dijk trusts him. He loves Matip. I think that they work.
Lovren doesn't really play that much either, does he? I don't see him on the pitch as much as Matip.
He's really been playing a lot in their league cup matches and their lesser important games, I feel like. All right, let me know who you got for midfield. Who's your top midfielder this season?
Let's see. I got my man James Maddison from Leicester City attacking midfield. So here are these stats. He contributed 8 goals in 14 games. I'm going to say that again. He contributed 8 goal contributions in 14 games. That is a stat. I mean, that's ridiculous. You need that man on the field for Leicester City. There's a reason why they're 2nd place. Again, he has assisted. He has assisted against informed teams like Chelsea and Sheffield United. You could argue if they're an informed team. I think they are, just based on who they've been beating.
Top 6, baby.
Top 6 team. So he's been making some crucial assists as well. He scored. Hear this. He scored against Liverpool, Southampton, Arsenal, and Spurs.
Yeah,
as a midfielder, and he is an attacking midfielder, so that's his role. But I mean, that's still very, very impressive. He has 2 goals in the Carabao Cup in 2 games. You know, you can think about that however you want. I mean, that's still an impressive stat. 2 for 2. He
Okay.
made his first
Okay.
international appearance in England in the English squad against Montenegro,
Yeah.
where they won 7-0.
Yeah.
Now, I
Didn't
don't
did he
think he
score a goal?
contributed,
I
but
don't think he did. Yeah.
no, no, but
But yeah,
I
he
mean,
did. Yeah.
he was there. I mean, but this guy is 23. He is wanted by so many teams, including Man United. I mean, I feel like Man U wants every good player. Let's be honest. But and again, they're
Hmm.
Leicester's second place. He's bossing it in the
Yeah.
midfield. That's about it.
Leicester have scored the most goals in the Premier League this season so far to date. They've
Yeah.
scored 31, and Manchester City is right behind them at 30. But they've scored the most goals in the Premier League, and they're ruthless. That's going to lead me
Hmm.
into my midfield player of the year, and it's more defensive, but it's Wilfred
Okay.
Ndidi.
Okay.
Uh, this man is 2015 Conte. Okay, he has taken
He
over
really is.
Conte's role at Leicester. He is leading the league in tackles at 61 tackles, about 50% tackle success. He is
Hmm.
leading the league in interceptions. Okay, he's got 37. He's got 26 clearances, 109 recoveries, 102 duels won. He's got a goal. He's got I think he had a winning goal. I cannot remember who it was against, or he has 2 goals this season. One winning
Hmm.
header against, I want to say it was Southampton. No, they beat Southampton like 9-0
Either way, it
or
was a
something.
crucial goal. So
It was a crucial goal, right? So he comes up clutch. He plays fantastic defense. He's all over the place. He's a little gnat, but he's a lot taller than Conte. He's like a Nigerian god, dude. Like he's just a beast.
now pause. So do you think Ndidi at his form right now is better than Conte? Now I know Conte hasn't been playing as much because of his injury, and
Hmm. Hmm.
we have a lot of midfielders as Chelsea. But what do you think? Do you think
I don't
Ndidi?
think he's better than Conte, but I think that he has a little bit of the same play style, and he's got a different build. So he's taller, he's lankier. He plays a little bit more like Fabinho. He plays a little bit more
Mhm.
like that traditional center defensive mid, that that guy that just sits in the back, eats up the ball, and then makes that crucial pass to the attacking players that can make space, right? So Leicester's got those players, and all he has to do is win the ball, and he's done that this season. Definitely best
I
midfielder
mean,
of the season in
this
my
man
book.
isn't even at his peak yet, right? And
No,
Conte,
he's still young.
he's 28, 29. He might even be older than that. But I think Conte's at his peak. I mean, he's a phenomenal football player, but I mean, Ndidi has a lot to grow too.
Conte's so cute. I love him.
Nicest guy in
He's
football. All right, you tell
Dude, he's got
me
the cutest
who
smile.
your he does. He does have the cutest smile. He's adorable. All right,
Dorbs.
tell you what, you tell me your striker or your attacking player.
All right. Well, it comes to no surprise. It's also the Leicester front man, Jamie Vardy.
Jamie
He
Vardy.
scores when he
He
wants.
scores when he
He
wants.
scores when he wants. The man is back to again. This is just reminiscent of the 2015 Leicester team. Jamie Vardy is
Mm,
in form. He's got 12 goals in the Premier League this season, and he's almost averaging a goal
mhm.
a game, which is just absolutely wild. He also has 3 assists on his record, right, and 2 big chances created. The dude is is the forward of all forwards right now. He is who you want on your team, because not only is he getting results, but this man tracks back. If you watch some of his gameplay, he does not hesitate to track back to 80% of the
Mm.
field to defend. This man gives it his all every game. I don't know how old he is, like 30 something, 32, 33. This man's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
old.
32, I think.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is an old fart, but he can outrun and outpace pretty much anybody, because he's sprinting
You know what?
the whole damn game, the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, I love his backstory too. I mean,
Great
I'm wearing
backstory.
his jersey right now because I knew you were going to pick Jamie Vardy because I know you love that guy. So I'm wearing the pink jersey right now
Well, of
because I'm obsessed
course.
with
How
it.
can
But
you
I
not
love his
love him, dude?
backstory, where he came from.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it all. He won the premiership with a team that had 6,000 to 1 odds to win. I mean, he's crazy. Did you hear that his in an interview he gave, his pregame ritual is taking like 2 or 3 shots of espresso and like chugging 2 Red Bulls? I kid you not.
Yeah.
This 32-year-old man from England chugs Red Bulls and espresso before his freaking Premier League matches. Like, what? He sounds like a 19-year-old, and he acts like one. Honestly, he's just ridiculously good. Super informed
that's
right
a
now.
secret right there. Write that down.
Yeah, I mean that's how I'm gonna get pro. Right? It's just popping some Red Bulls and going out there and giving it my all, giving it my hardest.
I remember when I was playing soccer when I was younger, and I ate just Cheez-Its that day, and I went and had the best game of my life and scored 4 goals. And my mom was saying, I am now going to give you Cheez-Its every day, every time you're going to play a game. I'm like, that is completely fine with me.
This episode sponsored by...
So I'm basically Jamie Vardy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its sponsor us.
Hashtag Cheez-Its sponsor us. No, so yeah, that's my Premier League striker of the season so far. I really think that, real quick, let me just say this. There are only 2, maybe, okay, there are 3 premier strikers in the Premier League right now, and that's Jamie Vardy, Roberto Firmino, and Harry Kane. And the reason why is because and yes, I left out your man, but the reason why is because they are the only 3 that play defense, can dribble, and have good hold-up play where they can allow their wingers who are tracking back on defense to actually get in position to create scoring opportunities. Those 3 are the only 3 players that I can think of that actually do that and do it well and do it consistently.
I can't say you can rely on them, and then when they do get injured, you're missing them. You're missing those guys, but
oh yeah, they're key.
I don't know. My choice might. I mean, you probably know who I'm about to pick, but it's gonna be Tammy Abraham, my guy, my Chelsea striker. Listen to these stats. He's got 11 goals in all competitions. Him and Vardy and I think Aguero have been on and off for first place, so he's in second place behind Vardy in goals in the Premiership. He's got 10 goals in just the Premier League. He played in 13. He is the second highest, like I said. He has 14 goal contributions in all competitions, and he has 19 in total. And listen to this, week 3 to week 5. So week 3, he scored 2 goals. Week 3, he scored 2 goals. Week 4, he scored a hat trick against Wolves. Now that is supreme. That is, and
who was the opponent? Who was week?
Yeah,
who were week 2 and 3? Okay.
There's a reason why I left him out. There was Norwich and I think Southampton.
Of course,
but Wolves top 4 team, man, top 4 team.
Okay.
All right, hold up. He also scored against Lille and assisted against Ajax in the Champions League, which for a young 22-year-old, he's the same age as me, dude. He's assisting and scoring in the Champions League already. Plus, he actually scored in a goal.
Mbappe's 20
during the 7-0. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He also scored in the European qualifiers when England won 7-0. And yes, you probably noticed that all my players are English. But this guy, he needs a new contract. He makes $50,000 a week, so $2.6 million a year. All right,
can we just talk about sports? That is insane. $50K a week.
It is a lot,
and that's low,
right?
Like, all right,
it is low.
All right,
it is low, right?
That's a topic unto itself. We're just gonna say
that's pocket change, dude.
We're gonna pocket that one, okay? But I need to come back to that. That's ridiculous.
Anyway. Let me quickly tell you about his season last year. Again, I know I'm going back to previous seasons, but he was on loan at Villa. Mm-hmm. He scored 25 goals in the championship.
Yeah, wasn't he top scorer?
Championship.
Wasn't he top scorer though?
He was. He either was or he was like top 3. But
okay,
he was up there.
I had to double check.
He also scored in the playoffs against Derby, I believe. He also obviously led him to the Premier League. I want to say Aston Villa would not be in the Premier League without Tammy Abraham, and look at them now. They're true. They did beat Newcastle today, though.
Yeah, they went into the playoffs, and yeah, he definitely helped them out. He was a big contributor to their success last season for sure.
Yeah,
and he's bringing it to the top level. He's top dog right now.
He also broke the number 9 curse of Chelsea.
Well,
Murata, dude.
I mean, let's let's give him some more time, right? Let's not put that on his
All right.
shoulders
I'm just
because
saying. I believe him.
I mean, Marcus Rashford broke the striking curse too. I mean, he's a number 10,
Nah, he's trash.
but okay, all right, sure. I mean, he's not. It's okay. All right. I can't even stop. I can't even talk about Marcus Rashford right now or Man United without just getting angry. And I'm not even a Man United fan. They're just super disappointing.
They're just shit right now.
Yeah. I think those are really premier players and definitely deserve a lot of praise. So good choices there. Good choices. All right, so we're going to take a quick break right before we get into our next two segments. Want to talk a little bit about our Patreon. If you guys don't know, we have a Patreon set up. It's just search us, Patreon/American Gaffers, and you'll come to our page. We have 3 different tiers you can contribute to if you wanted to. And with different tiers, you get different items. So the most important one for me, right, is if at $3 a month, we will read a 1-paragraph roast that you have of us or the show on air. All right. To an extent, right? It can't be like if it's the show is shit. No, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But if it's Parker and Evan, kill yourself, we hate you, not going to want to read that to our fans because they love us.
I mean, that's a pretty
they
good
love
roast,
us. But they don't want to hear that shitty comment. Anyway, so that's only at $3 a month, and you'll have access to our patron-only Discord and Facebook group chat. And for higher pledges a month, you can get a lot more. We're still looking at different things that we can do to separate those even further. But you can be listed as a producer of the show, which will say your name as a producer in the credits every episode. And we can also give early access to episodes to select patron members only. So those are what we got right now. Feel free to look us up.
Those are some pretty good packages. I think that's a good deal.
Oh, yeah. And there'll be more to come. Special offers for sure. So look us up.
Also, I think this is a good time to talk about our social media. So we do have active and ongoing Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. Now, you can find all of that in the description. I'm assuming that you found this video either on our website, so you can look on our website and you can just see all of our social media up there. We've been posting pretty regularly, 2 to 4 posts a day on each platform. So we would love to see you all to follow us, and that's just another way to interact and just to create banter and just to see the funny posts that we do. And also, especially on Facebook, that's where we post a lot of updates about our podcast and some ideas that we are going to be having and what to expect for the next episode possibly. So it's good if you just follow one, if not all 3 of these social media platforms.
Most definitely. All right. I tweet hot fire. So catch me on Twitter. Let me hear you.
Debatable.
Let me hear what you have to say. We'd love to start some banter. Love to get to know who's listening to us and who we're reaching.
Definitely.
And of course, wait, real quick. And of course, the best way to help spread the word about our show is through your mouth hole. All right. Tell the people that you love and care about that you listen to these guys and that you sort of kind of liked it and you think that they will too. That's obviously the best and easiest way to build our listenership and to keep this thing running. So thank you very much.
Perfect. Good point. So Parker, segment 2, we're going to talk about your ex-boy, Mauricio Pochettino. What's going on with him? Like, what's going on? He just got sacked from Tottenham, right? Let me just say a couple of these things. Ready?
Okay.
I don't think he should have been sacked. Now, when I talked to you, you said that you probably saw this coming, but I mean, this man made a Champions League team. He brought Spurs to the Champions League final last year, and yes, they lost to Liverpool. But let's be honest, we all thought Liverpool was probably going to win anyway. He also got Spurs top 4 last season as well. Let's just put that into account. He was a manager from the 13-14 season to obviously when he got sacked. And here's where Spurs finished. So starting from when he started, he went place 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then obviously he's 14th in January. And that's not bad. It's not like Man U or Arsenal where they're not even they're worried about Europa League. Like this guy gets European football. Like he gets Tottenham
Yeah.
European football. Now the issue, I know what you're probably thinking. They don't win silverware. Tottenham has not won silverware in so many years. I think Tottenham fans were just fed up with it. But
Yeah.
I'm just shocked.
As a Tottenham supporter, which you guys will grow to love, I definitely have a lot of thoughts about Pochi being fired. I don't necessarily think that he should have been. I could honestly said like you said, I could definitely kind of see it, but like you whispered off, I mean, look, those are some really impressive stats for a Spurs team that
Yeah.
was in really bad shape before Pochettino came, like really bad shape. He did a great job with Southampton the year prior. He coached at Southampton for 1 year, and Tottenham were so impressed. And I think Southampton actually beat Tottenham one time that season, and they loved him. Right, he brought Southampton from like the battle of relegation. They were like bottom two teams in the Premier League, and he brought them to 8th place in his first season. Eighth place.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, that's a really impressive stat. And they had away wins at Man City, I think, and home wins against Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal that season. And it's Southampton. Sorry, Southampton fans, but I mean, you understand, right? Like this man was great.
They did have Van Dijk.
I don't think that he was given necessarily the credit he deserves. I don't think that Pochettino is given the credit that he deserves for building a winning. I mean, whether they're winning hardware or not, right? He did a lot with a little. All right, Spurs spent a crap ton of money building the new Tottenham Stadium, right, replacing White Hart, and he could not sign a damn soul for almost 2 straight years, right? Because they just didn't have it. They couldn't afford to keep paying their players to build the stadium and bring new talent on board. So he did a lot for what he had, and yeah, they got used to winning, and then this season they hit some bumps in the road and they call it quits, right? And I think that that's a little unfortunate. I think that he deserves a little bit more respect, but I think that he's an amazing coach, and we're seeing interest in him throughout European football, right? Everyone wants this man as his coach. Where have you seen some trade rumors?
Well, before we get into that, I wanted to ask you if Spurs won the Champions League, do you think it would have been different?
There's no way there's no way they fire him a season after. I mean, even if he was freaking 20th place, Tottenham was 20th place, they do not fire him before January if they had won Champions League. There's no way. They couldn't do it. They couldn't justify firing a Champions League winning coach when they had never even been there.
Exactly.
Never been to a Champions League final. They could never have justified it ever.
All right, so here's I have 4 teams, okay, where I think he's going to go, and I'm sure you probably have a couple on your list as well, because some of them are complete obvious.
Okay.
So I'm going to go from worst to where I think that he will go. So unlikely to likely.
All right.
So let's
say them all, and then we'll go one by one, starting from the least likely to what you think is most likely.
All right. So I got Arsenal as number 4. Now, Emery out. Okay. Emery's out. Like
no. Say them all together. I want to hear what all 4 that you think.
So I got 4th, I got Arsenal. 3rd, I got Bayern Munich. 2nd, I got Real Madrid, and then number 1, I got Man U. Who you got?
Okay. Oh, I think that he could definitely go to all those places. I'll add. People have been thinking that he could go to Barcelona, which I will put on the very, very bottom of my list. But I think that another team to add would be Dortmund,
PSG,
and I've heard PSG. I've heard him in the mix of PSG, and I think that he could also make a splash in Serie A. I think that he could go to AC Milan and really turn that place around. But I'll talk about those more outsider opinions after we get your thoughts on where he's likely to go.
All right, so let's start off with Arsenal. So Emery out. Emery is I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about the manager. This guy, he sits 8 points behind 4th place Chelsea. They're losing slash tying. I mean, I hate tying. I would rather lose than tie sometimes. And I know as a Spurs fan, you probably agree with that. Um, I mean, they're losing and tying
Mhm.
games they shouldn't be losing. I mean, they're eighth place.
I don't know. They should definitely be losing.
I don't know.
I
Like
mean, they
their
should be
front
losing
three.
even more. The front three is fantastic. Their offense is probably top four. I mean, their front three are probably top four in the Premier League, definitely. But their midfield and defense are
Hold on,
such
hold on, hold on, hold
trash.
on. Are you talking trash about my man David freaking Luiz?
David Luiz is one of the worst defenders in the Premier League by far. He-
All right,
I
bet.
I think an honest to God gorilla with cleats on would make a better defender than him. All right,
Debatable,
maybe commit more
debatable.
fouls, but less handballs and contribute to less goals.
All right.
I think the only reason Arsenal aren't in the bottom three are because of Leno. I think that he has
Hmm.
had some monster
He's a
saves.
good
He's
goalkeeper.
leading the Premier League in saves right now.
Yeah.
I think it's like an absurd number too. It's like 40 something, right? It's crazy, and
Oh, I didn't even
it's
know
all,
that. Yeah.
yeah. It's like has a lot of saves. He's saving their asses. Their defense is in shambles, and Unai Emery, I think that he's probably going to be sacked. I don't know when. They're not giving him a whole lot of time. I think they may
Mhm.
give him until the end of the year to try to turn it around. But if he's not top six, they're definitely not keeping him around.
I mean, I'm also just thinking about the fans, right? The fans are constantly saying Emery out. I mean, plus
Mhm.
look at Xhaka, the captain. Like, I don't know what he's doing with his
Former
players.
captain, former captain.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with his players, but they're just acting out. So I mean, I don't know if that's a managerial mistake.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have
Just this
control of
whole
that locker
culture in
room.
Arsenal. Yeah, no. So this whole culture in Arsenal just needs to be switched, and I think Poch would be good for them.
I
So
don't think he would be. Yeah, I think
no,
that I don't know. I don't think that he fits with Arsenal's play
if
style.
he
I
could sign
think
players,
no, I don't think that he would be a good fit for Arsenal. I really don't think so. I think that they would be dumb not to be interested in Poch, but I think
right?
that his play style doesn't fit the traditional. I feel like Arsenal in the Premier League traditionally, right? Traditionally has had a mirror play style of Barcelona, right? They're possessive. They like to hold the ball and they like to attack with flair, right? They just have like this style about them that screams flair. And they've been missing it for a while. They had it a while back when Ozil first got to the team and was making assists out the wazoo. Um, but now they're kind of lacking that, and I don't think that that's Poch's style. I think Poch is a little bit more defensive minded and a little bit more
Mm,
counter attack heavy. He likes to pressure the ball, win the ball in transition, and then attack, like right from there. Like it's very quick, very quick.
hmm. Okay, I mean,
I
I
think
could see
Arsenal
that.
are
I
more
could see
build
that.
up, but that's just I mean that can always change, right? You can always change your style. All right, so
So
who'd you
let
say
me.
next?
Yeah, so I got Bayern Munich. Now, one of the main reasons why I picked them is because they do have an interim manager. His name is Hans Dieter Flick. Now,
Oh yeah,
what I'm butchering that, but is that his
Hans. It's German.
Han?
It's
Oh, fuck
Hans.
me, dude. So that name is just atrocious by itself. And yes, they are first, right? They are first in their division, but we do have to think about it is Bayern Munich. Lewandowski, I believe, he has 16 goals right now. He has 16 goals. He might be the highest scoring
He's top scorer
striker
in
in
Europe
the
right now
world
for
right
sure.
now.
He is.
Yeah,
He
in
is.
Europe. So again, I'm not very familiar with this guy, but knowing that there's an interim position, and I don't think this guy has a lot of experience with top tier teams, I can
Mm-mm.
definitely see Poch just going in for the kill just for that reason. I mean, again, Bayern is kicking butt right now, but for how long?
Agreed. No, I think that Bayern's a great fit for him. I think it's a big club, and if they can give him the money that he deserves, right? Because frankly,
Oh yeah.
he's done such a great job. He deserves to be at a top tier club like Bayern Munich, and he deserves to be in the top five paid manager positions in the world by far. I think that he has that
Hmm.
class.
Yeah, agreed. So my next team, number two, I said was Real Madrid. Zidane, he's a good manager. He's a good manager. He won so many trophies with Real. But this guy, he's there's something
You mean
about him.
with
I'm just not a
Ronaldo? You mean
fan.
with Ronaldo?
Correct.
He
Exactly.
won
That's
them
what
with
I was getting to that.
Ronaldo,
I
and
was getting
that's
to
a
that.
different
So
discussion. But he is not the same. That team is not the same without Ronaldo. Ronaldo is,
he's not. Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Exactly.
everyone knows, right? So, all right,
So
continue.
I think that Zidane was praised a lot because I was about to get into because of that stacked team that they had. Again, it's Real Madrid. You can throw Parker Jones as a manager and they'd probably get top three. You know what I mean? Like it's just a good team, and it's kind of similar to Emery.
Let me tell you about my managing style. What I would do is I would have one person in goal, right? And then I would have 8 guys playing offense, and then one
Okay,
guy
okay.
in the back, and then one guy in the middle, right? So everyone else is on the other half of the half line, because if you have all your teammates up there, then you're more likely to score.
Right, but then that's when cherry picking comes in, my guy.
What is that? That doesn't. There's offsides, doofus.
Right, but if they have one guy in the back, they could just toss it and freaking Aguero could just run past
All
Phil
right,
Jones.
listen. All right, don't knock it till you try it. Parker's managing style. Let me know how it goes in your Sunday league football matches or your kids' football matches, because that's what kids do. Okay, go ahead.
All right, but hear me out. So it kind of goes with Emery's situation of how he's treating his players. I'm a huge fan of Bale, right? I love Bale, and I feel like you should too, as
Well,
a
that's because
previous Tottenham
you're Welsh.
player.
I do love
Correct,
Bell.
you are
I
as
love
well.
Bale because he's a good. I love Bale because he's a good player. Not
Right,
necessarily because he's Welsh, but I do love him because
right.
he's a great
No,
player. He's fun to watch.
he's just a really good player. And did you see what that picture that he posted during
Of
the European
course.
qualifiers?
Of course, and
What did it say again?
it was the Welsh flag, and it was like Wales,
Wales
golf,
golf
Real
Madrid.
Madrid in that, or Madrid in that order. Of course, that's the biggest troll of all time, and he deserves every bit of spotlight that he is getting for this troll,
hmm
because Real Madrid have treated him really poorly, really poorly.
hmm So I'm just not a big fan of Zidane right now. So I think I don't see him being at in Real Madrid very long. I can see Poch taking charge and taking charge of that locker room.
Yeah, I think that that's a really good place for him. I'm hesitant
hmm
to say he does not hate Real Madrid, I'm sure, as much as he does Barcelona, because a little bit more Pachi
hmm
history. He coached at Espanyol before Southampton and Tottenham, and he was there
Yes, he did.
for a while. And he was a player at Espanyol. And Espanyol, if you don't know much about La Liga, are Barcelona's city rival, right? They are that's their derby, right? That's or derby.
hmm
It's two Barcelona teams. They hate each other's guts, and he does not like. That's why I ruled out Barcelona pretty much almost exclusively, like right away, because someone who played for Espanyol and then coached them to so much success for the little bit that he was there.
Yeah,
Does not
definitely.
want to go to his cross. I don't think he wants to go to Barcelona, to his crosstown rivals, and say, "Yeah, I'd love to coach you guys."
I don't know. Look at Mourinho, dude. Mourinho just did that with Chelsea, my guy. I'm pretty
Did he ever
heartbroken.
did he ever play at Chelsea though?
No, but I'm more talking
So
about
I mean,
in a
I
loyalty
know
aspect.
I know, but let me tell you what. If the money was there, he may do it. Like, I'm sure they could offer him a crap ton of money. But I'm just saying, I feel like it's different when you play for a team pretty much your entire career, because that's where he played. That's where he was. He
Right.
was in Espanyol. That was where he was. That's why he was hired as manager. He lived, breathed that football club. Probably still does. I don't know if he would have it in him to go to Barcelona. I mean, any other La Liga team would be a better option for him, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
In regards
Now,
to Real,
my
in regards to
last.
Real Madrid, real quick. In regards to Real Madrid, I think
Mhm.
that he would turn that locker room around. I think that he would have the budget to do whatever he wanted, play the exact style of football that he deserves, and get them back on track, right? Because they've stumbled a little bit in the Liga. I think they're fourth right now, maybe third. And yeah, he
Real, they're
definitely.
second.
Oh, they are. I thought
Yeah.
Atletico was second.
Nope, they're second behind Barcelona.
Okay, gotcha. All
They're
right.
actually tied with
Well, good
points,
for
I
them.
think.
Oh, well, good for. Okay, they've turned it around the past couple of weeks. I guess I haven't been paying attention. Great, lucky me. But yeah, he definitely could help that locker room. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So hear me out on my first one. Like I said, Man United. I despise Man U, but I feel like if they were to get their shit together, Poch would be their guy. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, or however you say that guy, he looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Um, he really does.
He
But
talks like him too.
right. He is only there because he played for Man U. And yes, the previous season he did have a good run in Premier League and he had a good run in the Champions League, yada yada yada. But I think a
Yeah, I
lot of
mean,
us thought that it wasn't going to last. He's not a top tier manager. He has no experience really. Plus, I mean, look where Man U are
hey,
sitting
hey,
right
hey,
now.
hey, 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 hey.
What?
He was in the Norwegian league coaching
Oh,
some
okay. I'm so
some
sorry.
s- yeah, he has a
What's the name
lot
of
of
the team,
experience.
Parker?
I can't pronounce it. My Norwegian fans, help me out. I don't know how to pronounce the team name, but it was he had some success there, right? And he actually coached Erlang Haaland, the guy who's making a name for himself at
Right,
Leipzig.
right.
Or is that where he
Who
plays? Leipzig?
cares? Who cares about that?
Okay,
Absolutely
shut
not.
up. All right, great. Thanks. Anyway,
All right, Man U historically are a top four team. They are a team who should be in top four.
top 2 team. They are historically
Yes,
top 2
sure. At
team.
least top four. At least championship.
They should be
Right, Champions
Champions
League.
League every. Yes, they should be.
So, but they're sitting under top six. I think they're seventh right now. It's either Arsenal's in front of them or vice versa. They've been losing to big teams. They've been tying to crappy teams. I think the reason why I give Man U number one, besides the reasons that I already said, I don't see Ollie lasting long at all. And I knew there was a lot of speculation this past year with Poch leaving Tottenham for them, and then obviously they made it to the Champions League with Spurs, so he kind of stayed. But that was before Ollie was permanent. Um, I can see him lasting for 2 months. If not, he's going to be there for the rest of the season, but he is not going to
Mhm.
last for more than this rest of the season.
Yeah, I unless they turn it around, one, they're ninth right now. They are
Oh shoot!
they're ninth.
Who's seventh?
Okay, you're gonna laugh. All right, so your top 4, you know who's in top 4, right? Let me tell you 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
and 7 right now. You ready? Wolves, Sheffield, Burnley. This Premier League is a shit show right now. Wolves, Sheffield,
Bro,
Burnley are
Wolves.
sitting in 5th, 6th, and 7th right now. Okay, Arsenal, Man U, Tottenham are 8, 9, 10. Okay, now there's a
Right, so
1 point
even worse
difference
than I
between
thought.
all teams. There's literally a 1 point difference between all those teams, so it's really close. But still, that's absurd. Let me
It's the
say my
principle.
thoughts on Man U.
Go ahead.
Yes, I don't think I think anytime you hire an interim coach that had a successful season full time, I don't think it ever really works out. The reason being is because they don't know how to work in off season, right? They don't have the
Mm.
managerial experience on how to build that team from from their days off, starting day one of off season, right? Manu had some okay signings. I think Daniel James has become a
Mm.
the most lovable Manchester United player this season by far.
They
Even if he
love
hasn't
him. They
even been
love him.
producing that much. I mean, he did a little bit at the beginning of the season. Hasn't been doing much since. Hasn't been getting a whole lot of playing time. But they love him. All right, pretty good signing, right? To get a fan favorite like that. But other
Also
than
cheap. What
that,
was it under? It was definitely under 20 mil. They signed him
oh
for
yeah, it was like
Swansea. Yeah.
15. But other than that, no reputable signings if I can remember correctly.
I'd say Wan-Bissaka and Maguire better than Phil
Yeah,
Jones.
duh, oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Harry Maguire, big step up. We're 70 something million. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Juan Bissaka's good too. They did support the defense, but their offense is atrocious. They needed a striker. They needed some playmakers. Got Daniel James on the wing. But I mean, he's still young. They have a really, really young team, which is great and really promising. But to play at the level they're playing right now, I think is unacceptable to Man United fans. I think Poch would be a
Exactly.
great signing for them. I think that he has what it takes to turn it back around. And I think that Manchester United could give him the money that he deserves. And real quick,
You know who
before we
probably? Yeah.
I was just gonna say before we move on, real quick, let me give you my like underdog teams that I think that he's gonna go for.
Mm-hmm.
So far, if we're looking at history, right? And I love to base things back on history, as you'll learn. But he's coached at 3 teams professionally: Espanyol, Southampton, Tottenham. And each time he's coached there, he has done a decent job at Espanyol, great job at Southampton, and freaking phenomenal job at Tottenham, right? He's gotten better and better and better. But each club has been a pretty low-level, mid-level table club, right? Nothing's fancy, nothing big, not a whole lot of money. He can do a lot with a little. And I think that if some big players spend big, and that being Dortmund, AC Milan, not necessarily PSG because they have all the money they freaking want, but if some of these guys, some of these teams can spend big and get him, he can do a lot with those teams. AC Milan can have a really good network, really good youth, really good team in general historically. And I think that if they gave him the right amount of money, I mean, all hats are off. I mean, Dortmund, right? A lot of youth, a lot of mixed with experience. Hummels is back there in the back line, captaining the squad. Marco Reus is also co-captaining the squad, I believe, up front. I mean, and then they got Jadon Sancho. I mean, they have players at Dortmund that could draw Poch and make them competitive. He kind of reminds me of a Jurgen Klopp, right? There hasn't been this much managerial expectations or kind of like excitement in a while. I feel like since Jurgen Klopp left Dortmund to go to Liverpool, right? I mean, Mourinho, yes. I mean, Mourinho a little bit when he went to Man U, kind of was not kind of. It was a big deal. He was returning back to the Premier League, really big deal. But I think this is the most excited people have been for a manager since Jurgen Klopp was on the market.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point, especially comparing him to Klopp. I can see that. So, you want to move into our last segment, Parker?
Last segment. Yes, please. Lay it on me. What is it?
Who is the hottest motherfucker in the Premiership?
like bangable or like cute? Like what? Like
I'm not gonna answer that question, Parker.
Okay. That's actually that's a goofy question. But that's good. Let me think. All right, okay, I have one. I'm gonna go on a limb. He's on your team. He's on Chelsea. Most ruggedly handsome man in Premier League. Olivier Giroud.
Mm-hmm.
A jawline can cut glass, my friend. I mean, let me tell you. And
he was voted hottest man at one point.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, he was on the magazine. He was either hottest man in some. I don't know. I don't think it was just soccer. It was more broader than that.
Yeah. Oh, dang, that's what's up. Good pick for me. But dude, his jawline, his hair's always on fleek. I mean, he scores bangers. Like the only time he scores are freaking worldies, honestly. Like worldies or headers. Like if you look up his best goals scored, I challenge you to do that, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. You're a Chelsea fan.
Of course.
Listeners, if you haven't seen Giroud's top 10 goals or whatever, do it. Do yourself a favor. Freaking worldies.
It ain't gonna be this season though, because he's third in line.
Zero playing time. Yeah.
All right, so let me tell you my hottest guy. I think.
I'm kind of scared to hear it. I'm kind of scared, but go ahead.
Who I got a huge crush on, right?
Okay.
Alisson, goalkeeper from Liverpool. This guy's got the beard. he's got the eyes. He's got
like big hands, don't you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, this guy's my dream, right?
Of course, he's any man or woman's dream.
If I was to run away with any footballer, it'd be
Brazilian accent. I mean, super hot. Love it. Great choice. But yeah, that was our first episode. Jesus, how do you feel?
I feel great. I feel like we got a lot of info out there, and I've been hearing a lot from some people who really aren't into soccer, and they're kind of eager to learn from us, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's really great. I think that's fantastic. And if you are like these people and you're listening to us right now and you don't know much about sport, thank you for tuning in. We're kind of jumping in, assuming that you know a lot of things. But if you don't know something, reach out to us. We'll be happy to share our knowledge. We won't give you the wrong information. Wink, wink. And we'll get you as excited about this thing as we are, right? Like that's the goal. That's one of our goals, right? We want to spread the love of the sport.
Spread the love of the sport. I love it. So yeah, again, thank you all for listening. Like we all said, like Parker and I said, we're very eager and excited to get this started. We're really excited that we got our first episode out. We've been waiting and planning, and we just decided to record it because we're just so excited. So again, just consider the Patreon, what Parker was talking about. And if not, we would truly encourage you all to follow us on social media and just to come back every week and listen to us.
Yeah, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. I know that every single podcast in the world mentions it, but it really does help. It really boosts our ratings and gets more people aware of who we are and what we're doing. And it'll get us excited, and it'll get you excited. And we'll be able to provide more content. And what wouldn't you want more than us telling you random shit every week? What more do you want? Cheers. Have a good week.
Deuces.
See you next time.
Deuces.